Hey guys, welcome back to another plan with me. This week I'm planning from Monday, February 10th to Sunday the 16th, and I'm using this printable kit from Apple Blossom Prints. I can't remember the name, but it's clearly a Valentine's Day kit. And I chose this kit not only because it's Valentine's Day this week, but because this was basically my week. Like, I didn't do anything fancy pants, and I ate pizza, so I thought that this was a pretty good choice. As far as laying down the kit, the only thing I did differently was I only put down one set of glitter headers at the top to give myself more space, and I'm glad I did that. I didn't need all of the colors for this week. And I also made a mistake printing this kit. The first sheet, I used the wrong setting, and so the black wasn't very black. But I don't know if you can tell. Unfortunately, it was a full box page, so there was a lot of black on it, but I think it looks fine, and I was able to fix it for the rest of the pages, and so only a few of the full boxes got, messed up, but it is what it is. It's fine. I decided to skip the date covers and use the deco up top, and I'm glad I did that. I like the way it looks, and I did print, I think, everything that came with this kit, except for one Fashion Girl sheet. I don't know if I needed to, but I just didn't have the time to make any Frankenstein sheets, so just did the whole thing, whatever. As far as plans go this week, not much, I don't think. Oh, no, that's a lie. I did have a Galentine's Day. It wasn't February 13th, it was the 15th, but it was really fun, and it was an all-day event. We went to brunch, we went shopping, and then we went to dinner, and I didn't get back until close to 9 p.m., and I think I left around 9 a.m., so it was a very long day, very, very fun. And also, I got rear-ended. On Saturday. And it's so funny because I thought that the first ding I was going to get on this newer car was going to be in Philly, right? That would make sense with all the parallel parking and all the people running stop signs and red lights and all that. No. I was in the suburbs on a completely empty road at a stoplight. And all of a sudden, this woman comes behind me, and I just feel my entire car jerk forward. And now, at first, it didn't register in my brain because my old car that I got rid of had this problem where when you would, hit the gas, it would sometimes jerk you, buck you forward in, a really aggressive way that was not safe. So at first, I was like, oh, no, this car's doing it too. And then I was like, no, it's not. I just got rear-ended. And then the bitch backs up and drives the fuck away. And I am I'm not a take action type of girl. I'm not good at this type of situation. And so I couldn't get a picture of her license plate because she probably was a Pennsylvania driver. I'll never know. But point being, she didn't have a license plate on the front of her car. So I couldn't take a picture of the front of her car, and she backed away. So I never saw the back of her car. And I just I was already going to be 2 minutes late. I didn't, when I got to brunch, my friends were like, oh my God, did you file a police report? And tell them what? Some blonde lady drinking coffee in a Volkswagen of some sort, a model. I didn't know what it was. I don't know. I just didn't want to deal with it. So I just crossed my fingers and hoped that everything was fine. Fortunately, there was no damage to my car. I think she was rolling. I don't think she was paying attention. I think she rolled into me because, again, we were the only two cars on this very deserted suburban road. Nobody else was on this road. Honestly, it's a talent that she fucking hit me. She must have been out of her mind. But anyway, later that night when I told Joe about it, he was like, he wasn't saying it in any type of way, so it's fine, but he scared me because he told me that this happened to a friend of his and there was no damage, so he went on his merry way, and then a week later, the entire structure of his car was fucked from getting rear-ended. So even though there was no visible damage, the whole I don't know what the system's called, but like basically the way that all of the tires and the set, like the spine of the car, whatever the hell that's called, like all of that had gotten jolted. And so like there was tons of damage to his car from getting rear-ended. Just none of it was visible. And so that scared the shit out of me. And he was like, just in the future, I know you weren't going to like chase her down or anything, but no matter what, like if they run away, call the cops, just have a paper trail. Maybe they'll find her, like this, that, the other. So if I'm ever rear-ended again, I'm going to make sure, unless they drive away, I don't fucking know, but I'm going to try to make sure that I actually get their info, because now that's my new fear, that I'm going to get tapped and my entire fucking car is going to fall apart. Other than that, the only real interesting thing that happened, it wasn't even interesting. It wasn't interesting at all, but I'll tell you anyway. So this week we were supposed to get a really big snowstorm, and it was supposed to be terrible on Tuesday. And so Monday morning, I work from home on Mondays. Monday morning, my boss messages me and she's like, so the case needs to be shipped tomorrow for a conference. The details aren't important. She's like, the case needs to be shipped tomorrow. It's supposed to snow. So I don't know if you want to go in the office today and put it by the front desk for FedEx to pick up. And I was like, I absolutely do not want to do that. I've already been working for an hour. I would have to take an hour-long break, work late to get to the office. Like, no, absolutely not. So I told her no. And on Tuesday, I had to be in the office regardless because I had a gynecology appointment. I had my annual exam, and it's 10 minutes from my office. So I had to go to the office on Tuesday, no matter what. Long story short, I got so fucking lucky. It didn't snow at all on Tuesday until 5 p.m. when I was walking home, and it was little baby flurries. And then it didn't start really coming down until I got my butt back home. So that worked out really well. And I usually point out all the things that go wrong. So I just really want to highlight the thing that went right. And then she let us work from home on Wednesday. So my other coworker, he lucked out because he didn't have to ship anything. So he got to work from home Tuesday and Wednesday. So I'm a little jealous, but it's fine. I had to go to the doctor anyway. But I was able to work from home on Wednesday and not have to walk in the snow. And then it melted really quickly. So it didn't really affect me much. So that was really nice. But anyway, other than that, I don't think anything really interesting happened. So let's get into the day by day. The day by day. Anyway. Starting with Monday, the first thing I marked was that I was working remote and I was very stressed out. I will continue to be stressed out for the next month, basically. But I used a Coffee Monsters Co. sticker for that. Then with a Prairie Planner phone, I marked that. I called the gynecologist. I guess I won't go too into detail, but long story short, my network of doctors, they all work out of the same hospital chain or whatever. And I had uploaded my new insurance card, but in their system, they put all the wrong copays. So even though I had a physical card that said my copay for a specialist is $80, they had it in their system that was $400. It didn't matter anyway because the annual exam is free no matter what. But I was calling them because I was like, what the hell is going on? Because I had this issue when I was trying to schedule with the breast surgeon to take a look at my lumps. It said that the copay was going to be $400, so I just didn't do it. And I thought maybe breast surgeons were an exception and they were more than $80. I didn't know. So anyway, I called and he was like, no, that's a mistake. Just come in, you'll be fine. So whatever, I had to call to figure that out because I didn't want to have to cancel my appointment because these appointments, it's funny, my roommate and I were talking about this, how people say that universal health care doesn't work because you have to wait on this long ass line. I'm sure some of the lines are longer than here, but it took me months to get this appointment. I scheduled this appointment months in advance, so I really didn't want to have to miss it and then reschedule. So yeah, anyway, then with another emoji, I marked that Joe came over to start the second cabinet because if you saw that plan with me, you know that my roommate and I each bought a wardrobe cabinet thing and they're impossible to put together. So he did all the hard stuff for me and then I was able to finish it. Then with this drop of blood from Once More With Love, I marked that I got a really bad blood blister because I was trying to turn the cabinet over because I needed to nail the backing in and it was on its front, or it was it was facing up and I needed it to be facing down. So anyway, I was trying, and I was missing a part. Like I was missing a piece of hardware. So a part of the cabinet, like I was able to work around it, but it was a little wobbly. Long story short, I go to flip this cabinet around by myself and my finger gets stuck in between like two of the pieces and then they snap shut and I could not get my finger out. I thought I was gonna like rip out skin and get blood all over my new white cabinet, but fortunately I just got a huge blood blister on my finger. It was gross. Then with this rabbit hole handcraft sticker, I marked that my undo was missing and I just like almost started crying. I ordered undo finally and I couldn't get it shipped to an Amazon pickup. I had to get it shipped to my apartment. It was the only option and it didn't show up. And I was just like, trying to keep myself calm because I know now you can't say something's missing for like 48 hours. So I knew I couldn't even do anything about it. So I calmed myself down. I set a reminder on my phone that if it didn't come in the next 48 hours that I was going to, say it was missing. And I went on with my day. But I wanted to cry because between having to like call the gynecologist and then I hurt myself and then now I'm going to have to deal with Amazon, I was just like, not happy. Then with this Carly Plans ghost face on a phone sticker, I marked that I was on the phone with IKEA for 40 minutes because for whatever reason, this specific piece of hardware that I needed, because they'll give you a replacement for free, I couldn't order online myself. Every time I went to go try to order it, it would say, this item, you need to call customer service to order. So I had to call customer service. The lady was nice. She placed the order for me. Spoiler alert, they sent the wrong fucking thing. But anyway, they sent the wrong color. They sent me a black piece for my white cabinet. Fortunately, Joe and I went to IKEA and he was like, just go in and see if they have it. And they did. So I got it directly from the store. So it was fine. But anyway, I was on the phone with IKEA for 40 minutes this day. Then with an emoji on a laptop, I marked that I worked late because I had to make up the hours that I was going to miss at my gynecology appointment. Then with this happy munchkin from What's Wrong with Love, I marked that I finished the cabinet. I was able to do it myself and yeah, I'm just happy it's over. With this printer from Fox and Cactus, I marked that I printed and cut a kit. And then the final thing on Monday with this Prairie Planner book was that I read. Then moving on to Tuesday, the first thing I marked, which I was actually going to mark on Monday, but I ran out of space, was that I fixed the toilet at 1 a.m. I did not have a good night's sleep. My room is right next to the bathroom, and so I could hear the toilet making that like filling noise for hours. And I was like, is that the heat on? Because I know I turned the heat down, so I don't know why it would be blasting nonstop for hours. It must be the toilet. And so I went into the bathroom and the chain had gotten like completely removed from the stopper thing. And I was so tired and the water in the thing was so cold. My hands were fucking freezing. It took me so many attempts to get the chain back on the stopper because I don't know what it's really called, because my hands hurt so bad. So anyway, I had to fix the toilet at 1 a.m. and I used a Papershire toilet for that. Then with this I Don't Want to Be Here mug from the Coffee Monsters Co., I marked that I had to be in the office for the package and my appointment. With this Pumpkin Paper Co. period Tara, I skipped my period now, so I didn't know when I was going to get to use her, so I'm happy I got to use her. I marked that I had my annual exam and everything went really well. I really like my gynecologist, so everything is good, and it was so quick. I was in and out, so I didn't have to make up even more time, which was nice. Then with another Prairie Planner book, I marked that I read. With this Squidge, I think it's called, from Stick with the Plan Co., I marked that I did a chest workout. With another Stick with the Plan Co. sticker, I marked that I just chatted with my roommate when I got home. With a Papershire TV, I marked that I watched Twin Peaks. With this Once More with Love munchkin, I marked that I did a mask. And then with another Stick with the Plan Co. Lottie, I marked that I pulled. Then moving on to Wednesday, the first thing I marked with another Lottie was that I got a nice remote snow day. With this GP Studio, I don't even know if they're a shop anymore, but With this cleaning bucket, I marked that I cleaned the bathroom and the living room. With this Carly Plans shredder, I marked that I shredded a bunch of like important papers that I didn't just want to throw away. Then with this vacuum from Fox and Cactus, I marked that I vacuumed. With a sink from Prairie Planner, I marked that I did the dishes. With a Sticky Perks book, I marked that I read. With a Prairie Planner mini workout sticker, I marked that I did a workout. Then with this desk from the Coffee Monsters Co., I think the sticker's so cute and I never get to use it. It's my sticker. I could use it whenever I want, but you know what I mean. Anyway, I decluttered and organized my desk finally. And then with this leftover printable sticker from a kit, I marked that I watched Twin Peaks and pulled. Moving on to Thursday, the first thing I marked with a Prairie Planner cat in a litter box was that I did the litter. With this... Again, this is just from a printable kit left over. With this trash can, I marked that I took out all the trash because I had like 2 bags of shreds from all my papers that I shredded and the litter and something else I needed to throw away. So I took out all the trash before work. Then with these books from, I think Scribble Prints Co., I marked that I read. Then with a Sticky Perks Target bag, I marked that I did a Target pickup after work. I really wanted tea, and they were the only place that had spearmint tea in stock anywhere near me, so I got that. Then with this Pumpkin Paper Coterra, I marked that I treated myself to one of my fancy frozen dinners. Then with an emoji on the phone, I marked that I talked to one of my closest friends on the phone for like an hour. It was great. With this Erica G Designs camera, I marked that I filmed. With this nail polish sticker that honestly, I think it came on a bonus sheet in like an old Glam Planner mystery subscription. Like, I think that's where this came from. I have no idea, but I've had this forever. I marked it. I used it to mark doing my nails. Then with this cringe munchkin or emoji, I can never tell, I marked that I started oh my God, I'm a fucking idiot. I wrote This Is Us. I've never seen This Is Us. It ends with us. I started watching It Ends With Us, and it was so cringy that I turned it off. I did eventually finish it like during my workouts as background noise, but I couldn't dedicate any more attention to it, and I just had to turn it off. It was so uncomfortable, but I'm only watching it because of all the drama. Like, I wanted to see them acting together after knowing that they like hate each other. Anyway, moving on to Friday, the first thing I marked was it was Valentine's Day, and I used this random heart lock sticker that I had. Then with this FML Lottie, I marked that Brad's ass stunk again, and if you have been following me for a while, you'll know that Brad's ass reeks, and it makes everything that touches it stink, and it's a pain in the fucking ass, so I had to wash my sweatshirt because he wanted to sit in my lap, and again, I had to wash my sweatshirt. Anyway, then with another squidge, I marked that I just didn't know how to do anything that my boss was asking me to do, and it was just taking so long to figure everything out. It's like a bunch of legal documents and setting stuff up that I've never done before. Then with a Pumpkin Paper Coterra, I marked that I took a shower and got ready. With this Piper Paper Plans pretzel sticker, I marked that Joe bought me a cinnamon sugar soft pretzel. Then with this Stick with the Plan Co sticker, I marked that we went to Applebee's. And if you're wondering why we didn't go to like a cuter restaurant in like Center City or something, this was the day of the Eagles parade, okay? Roads were closed. It was a fucking shit show. So we drove out to the suburbs to go to Applebee's, and honestly, it was great. We had the nicest, best, most competent waiter on planet Earth, so it was better. It was better. Then with this, Is this Papershire? I think this is Papershire. With these books, I marked that I read. Then with this bed sticker from the Prairie Planner, I marked that I went to bed a little earlier. I guess I did fall asleep a little earlier than usual. But yeah, that was it for Friday. Then moving on to Saturday, the first thing I marked with this printable alarm clock, I marked that I had to get up early again because of my whole like Valentine's Day situation. It's the reason I had to go to bed early as well. With this Why Me Munchkin, I marked that I got rear-ended. Then with this Stick with the Plan Co sticker, I marked that we had Valentine's Day and it was really nice. With this cinnamon roll from Scribble Prince Co., I marked that we went to this place I'd never been before. It's like Paris Baguette, and I'm blanking on the name. It's another chain like Paris Baguette. Anyway, we got brunch pastries, and I got so many things. I got 4 different things to try. Delicious. Then with this puffer jacket from Papershire, I marked that it snowed. And then we drove to the mall, and so fortunately the snow wasn't too bad. Then we just went to all the fancy shops in King of Prussia Mall, which I have never done before because I am not a fancy lady. The fanciest I get is Coach, okay? I only pass through the fancy section of the mall in order to get from like point A to point B. So I used these shopping munchkins to mark that. It was just so, oh, and they have fucking sales associates. Like every store we went to, except for maybe Tiffany, but like we went into Hermes, what the fuck? Dior, another one I can't remember the name of. They would be like, oh, is so-and-so, oh, fucking Louboutin, whatever. They had sales associates in all of those places that they would like text and ask for. And like when we walked in, they would be like, oh yeah, you helped my cousin Jenny, like blah, blah, blah. Otherworldly. It was so much fun to just observe because that is not my lifestyle. Then with this soup dumpling sticker from, I want to say Sticky Perks, but I'm not totally sure. I marked that we got soup dumplings and it was delicious. I've never, excuse my head. Although I don't know after I edit this where everything is. But anyway, I've never had soup dumplings before. I've never gone out for soup dumplings before. I like dumplings. They were delicious and it was so much fun. We got a bunch of dumplings and some noodles and some like other things to share, and it was cheap. Like even with tip and tax. And our one friend got like a really expensive drink and she paid for the majority of it, but I think like, anyway, point is, each one of us only paid $20 for dinner. That's pretty good with tax and tip. Then with this Prairie Planner car and a Stella Bow Sticker Co., I think, Storm Cloud, I marked that I had a really rainy drive home and I was kind of scared because I'm an anxious driver. But fortunately, the rain was bad enough where everybody was driving slower than usual, and so I didn't feel like, pressured to speed or anything. Then with this leftover Netflix laptop, I marked that when I got back, Joe and I watched the challenge. With this squidge holding a lollipop, I marked that I ate so much candy because I've mentioned before, but I'm trying not to eat candy Monday through Thursday, and then I'm letting myself either eat it Friday and Saturday, Saturday and Sunday, or Friday and Sunday. You get the point. I can eat it 2 days a week, and I prefer to use those days on the weekends. Then with this munchkin passing gas, I marked that I had a really bad gassy stomach ache, like really bad. I just did not feel well. Then with this sweaty emoji, I marked that I spilled water in the middle of the night. And what happened was I woke up to take a drink of water. I put I snapped the cap back on because it's like a spring top. And I put it back on the little shelf next to me. Well, when I plopped it on the shelf, I guess I hadn't shut the lid all the way. The lid sprung open, and since I had drank most of the water, it was top heavy. And so when the spring top opened, it catapulted the water bottle wide open into bed and landed directly on my cell phone. And my entire half the bed was just a swamp. It was awful. So I ended up getting up, drying my phone, and then I went to sleep on the living room couch because I couldn't sleep on that side of the bed. It was so bad. And then finally, moving on to Sunday, the first thing I marked with this Prairie Planner mask was that I marked 1 a.m. I meant to mark 1 p.m. Can I fix this? 1 p.m. Sure, close enough. I slept till 1 p.m. and I was really upset about it, but I didn't sleep well, if you couldn't tell. Then with this sad emoji, I marked that I was really down this day. Not only was I having like the Sunday blues because it's Sunday, but also I had slept through even more of my Sunday than I normally do. So I just felt like the day was so much shorter because it was. Then with this Carly Plans YouTube sticker, I marked that I scrolled a little bit. I still have not gone on TikTok, but I did allow myself to scroll on YouTube a little bit. It's not as addictive and it's like easier to stop myself. But I was sad, so I kind of leaned into that. And that's always a mistake, but it's really hard in the moment to stop yourself. Then with another Sticky Perks Target bag, I marked that we went to Target and I don't remember what I needed. It wasn't Red Bull. Who knows? It was something. I needed something. Then with this leftover Deco pair of pants, I marked that something good happened and I was able to get a price change. Little mini story. When I went to the mall with my friends, I wanted to go into Madewell and see if they were having a jeans sale because I'd had my eye on this pair of jeans since Christmas and I hadn't bought them because I didn't want to pay a full price. So I walk in and the girl's like, we completely sold out of those in every single size. So I saw that they were still available online and they were only like 6% off or something stupid like that. But I said, fuck it, they're selling out. I know they fit. I want them. So I bought them. The next day, Sunday, they were not only that 6% off, but an additional 50% off. So I emailed the company and I was like, hey, can you either cancel that order or can you give me a price adjustment? And they did. So I got the pants 6% off and then 50% off of that. So that was cool. Then with this Sticky Perks slice of pizza, I marked that Joe and I got City View with this Olive Studio olive drinking tea. I marked that I had tea. And then the final thing on Sunday with this Stick with the Plan Colati reading was that I read. So yeah, that was everything for this week. It was a pretty good week, even though like I got rear-ended and like work was stressful and blah, blah, blah. And I spilled water and had a stomach ache and slept too long. I think the week evened out. I would give this week like a B-, I would say. It was decent. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed and I will see you in the next one. Bye.